Rise with Bria. Today I'm coming to you with another reading vlog, another book vlog, I should say, because we're gonna go to the bookstore. We'll probably go to the library. We're gonna do all of the book things. We're gonna be reading for sure because I want to get an early start on my May TBR. I have a few books here that I want to talk about that I'm really excited to read. And I also have a book club book. So my May, I might read like about 4 books, maybe 4 books within a month. So yeah, I have 4 books here and then 5 with whatever my book club decides that we're going to read. So we could complete our TBR. Last month I had some books on my April TBR that I think it was only 2 actually that I just didn't read because I don't know. I kind of forgot they were on my TBR, to be honest. So this month I definitely want to hold myself to my TBR. Last month, or we're still in April, but in April, I definitely read outside of my TBR. So I feel like that's not a bad thing. It's just that I didn't read exactly what I listed on my TBR. So actually, with that being said, I might put one of those books back on my TBR. Hold on. Okay, we're back. So first of all, I needed to grab my coffee from the other room. I got this cup from Walmart. Isn't it so cute? It has little, like, I want to say they're peaches, but they do look like oranges, but I want to call them peaches because I'm in Georgia. Like, we have peaches. We're peaches. So I grabbed a book from my last TBR. So I'm going to read this book in May. I feel like this is like, it looks like a fall book. And they're also in New York. And I heard that it gives When Harry Met Sally. So I'm kind of excited to read this book. And I did start it in April. And it was on my TBR in April. But I just did not finish it at all. I think I got like 50 pages. No, not even. Probably like 20 pages in. So we're probably going to read this first in May. Actually, I can still read this in April. It's April 28th. I don't know. This is going to be on my May TBR. An April book that's making it to the May TBR. So the rest of the books that I have gotten that are for my May TBR, got these all this month. April purchases. Also a library book that's due back May 5th. So if we read this one first, we're reading Yellowface second. Okay? Then I definitely want to get into Just Friends by Haley Pham. I have been watching her YouTube videos and I've been seeing what people kind of say about her book, but honestly, I feel like it's gonna be pretty good because of what I've seen her read, where she grabs her inspiration from, or supposedly grabs her inspiration from. So I'm kind of excited to see what's in this. I just want to know. At this point, I just want to know. So I'm also in a romance mood. If you haven't seen You, Me, and Tuscany, you need to go see it. That actually got me in such a romance mood. I want to read so many romance books. I want to watch all the rom-com, specifically rom-com movies. So I'm in the mood for this book. So I feel like I'm going to be receptive. I'll let you guys know what I think. So I already said Yellowface. Definitely am loving R.F. Kuang this year, and I'm really excited to read this book. I was actually thinking about opening it this morning. I keep thinking about it. I'm like, I want to read Yellowface. I've had it for like a week now, and I just have not opened it. And I don't know why, but I really want to read this. I'm looking forward to it so bad. So the next book, this is a local author. I picked this up from a bookstore by me. It's a small independent bookstore. I love it so much. And I found out that this is a local author. I picked up this book because it was cute. Hello. So this is the Elf Lane Chronicles, Ballad of Dawn by Haley Hamilton. Okay. Let's see. This is the inside of the book. This is also what got me. It's so pretty. And yeah, it just seems like it'll be a good book. I want to say what it's about, but I'm not exactly sure. I think it's definitely about these sisters finding or discovering a fairy realm. So I'm into it. I feel like that's such a good summer read, like for fantasy. I just love reading cutesy fantasy books. I'm not a huge romantasy girl. I really love like the innocent, cute fantasy stories that I'll pick up and read. So I've kind of been on that time this year also with fantasy books. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I hope it's so cutesy. I hope it is everything that I am looking for this summer. To start off my summer, because May is just the beginning. Still spring actually, so anyway. Last but not least, I found this at Walmart for 11 bucks, and I did not think that I would really be interested in these. I don't know why. I just see people talk about it and I just think to myself, like, I don't think I'll be interested. I don't know. But I got it because it's so pretty. I love it. And it's floppy, which I also love. And it was like $11 at Walmart, which I also love. So we're going to be getting into the Powerless series. If I start this book, and I think it's a trilogy, if I start this book, I'm probably going to read the rest. So if I like it. So I'll let you guys know. And if we continue to read these are also on Kindle Unlimited. So I might just finish the series on my Kindle. And then buy the rest of the books later. I don't know. I've done that with a series before though, where because I do like reading a physical book in tandem with my Kindle, because I like having the option of throwing my Kindle in my bag instead of throwing a big old book in my bag, and you know, taking it out, picking up where I left off in the book. I have to always remember the page number though. But I like the option. So I think I will definitely read this very quickly, because it also is on Kindle Unlimited and I can just read it whenever. So, and I can just put this on my shelf and have it look pretty. But I'm probably going to read the physical copy too, because I love reading like the actual paper. And it's just like so satisfying to see these sprayed edges while you read. I'm sure I will need a bookmark for this, for all of these actually. So anyway, that is going to be my May TBR, and we'll be starting out this reading vlog. Let's see. I'll start by finishing up You Again, and we might get into Yellowface in this reading vlog too, but we're also going to browse at the bookstore. We might not shop. We might not get anything. We will browse. We do have a discount that actually I just remembered. It expires on the 30th at Books A Million. So we'll probably buy a book. So yeah, so come with me and we're gonna have fun. All right, see you guys later. All right, y'all, so we're at the library. Wish me luck. I'm gonna try and find some romance books because I'm just in that mood right now, and maybe a thriller. I feel like I could read a thriller right now too, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, wish me luck, y'all. Let's go. are back in the car and we did a little bit of a haul at the library. I know I earlier was talking about my May TBR and there already being a lot of books on there. But I found some, I hope I found some really good books at the library. So let me just do a quick haul for you. I got Happily Never After by Lynn Painter. I started reading Lynn Painter, I think either last year or the year before, and I wasn't really sure if I would like her books, but I really loved her books, and they're just light-hearted love stories, so can't really go wrong with that. And this is one that I haven't read that I've been kind of wanting to read, so got that one. And then we got My Murder by Katie Williams. This one seems like it'll be funny and like kind of like a thriller, a little bit scary. This is a woman who got murdered and then like came back. Like I don't know exactly how that happened, but she has a toddler, she has a family, and she was murdered by a serial killer. And so she comes back and bonds with the other survivors, but I guess throughout the book she's finding out, you know, there are things going around her and her surroundings. So that seems very interesting. It sounds like it'll be really good. I've never heard of this author, so hopefully it'll be good. I don't know, we'll see. That's the best thing about the library, right? You find new things. And last but not least, I got it's called Home is Where the Bodies Are. I thought this was called VHS because it's a VHS tape, and I feel like I've seen people talk about this book before. This is by Geneva Rose. She wrote The Perfect Marriage. They had The Perfect Marriage at the library, and I was hoping that they had The Perfect Divorce because I haven't read that one yet, but they had this, so I was like, Geneva Rose, you know, I've read probably about 3 books by her, so I like her writing. It'll be fun. It sounds scary though. The children find in their parents', like, I guess old house, they find old tapes about what went on in the house or something like that. So it sounds a little bit scary. Not gonna lie, Geneva Rose writes creepy pretty well. So I'm excited to get into that. And that's it. So 3 books. I'm excited to get into these. I'm currently at the park. It rained earlier today, so I'm debating whether I want to read on the bench or just read in my car. So I'm gonna test the bench out and see if it's wet. If it's not, I'm gonna chill and read a little bit outside. And yeah, that's it. I'll update you guys later on which one I start reading first, or if I dive into my May TBR first. I do have Powerless on my Kindle, so I could read that, but I might try and get into one of these first. I don't know. Which one do you think I should start with? I think I might start with My Murder. I'll try and read that out here. It'll be creepy vibes. Out here on a rainy day. Or it's not raining, but it's just overcast. And it is a little creepy. So I have like 10 minutes before I have to pick my son up from school. So yeah, I don't have much time to sink my teeth into a book right now, but I'm gonna try. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Okay, so I wanted to give a quick update on our progress for this reading vlog so far. I'm actually going to do my makeup as well, getting ready for the day. So basically I was up all night last night reading one of my library books. Can you guess which one? I'll give you a second. Okay. It was this one. Happily Never After. This book made me remember, it's been so long since I read a Lynn Painter book that this book made me remember why I love Lynn Painter's writing so much, because it's fun, it's cute, it's heartfelt. I feel like the only thing I will say is that there wasn't a ton of like depth to the characters, like background, like for example, while this is fresh in my mind, this is why I wanted to talk about this right now, because I just finished it this morning. I actually stayed up all night reading it after I got it from the library yesterday. I started it and I was like, oh, I'm not putting this down. But the main character, she doesn't talk to her parents. So okay, let me just say what the book is about. So basically, the book is about a girl who I'm still working on how to like summarize these books as I'm talking about them. But basically, it's about a girl who she's getting married. Okay, she's getting married, and she hires someone, or her friend hires someone to object, basically. So you know, when the officiant says like, does anybody, you know, disagree or whatever to this couple like being wed or whatever. I don't know the exact verbiage, but there's this guy she found who like professionally goes to weddings to say, you know, I object or I do. So that happens in the very beginning of the book. It's not a spoiler. So she doesn't get married, and she ends up like having a night with the guy. Like, her and her friend, basically they end up drinking and, you know, just having a fun night with the guy. Like, not anything crazy, but just like, you know, just hanging out. He ends up hanging out with them. And so like in that night, she like tells him, she's like, oh my gosh, you have the best, like such an amazing job. Like, you save people's lives. Like, you're a hero. And she was like, I would love to do that. So he basically reached out to her like 4 months later to offer or ask for her help, basically, on this gig that he had, objecting to a wedding. But it was a woman who was like a cheater or whatever. So he needed like a woman to help him. So she like agrees to do it. And they form a friendship after this. And it's basically a friends to lovers type of thing. And it's really cute. This is actually the second Friends to Lovers. What is the book? Oh, the new Abby Jimenez book. I can't remember the name of it, but I've just read a Friends to Lovers book. So I'm kind of like, I don't want to read another Friends to Lovers book. Because this book made me remember why I don't really like that trope. It's like, you're in love with me this whole time and we're spending time together, but we don't want to be together. And so it's like weird. It's just a weird type of thing, a weird type of dynamic that that has to be like set up for this. And I just think it's really weird when friends harbor like feelings for each other, and I just feel like you can't be friends if you have those type of feelings for each other. And they have like gotten together and still were trying to be friends after that. And I was just like, I don't know, I kind of tuned out, or I kind of checked out near the end, because I'm like, there's just no way that you guys can actually still be friends. Like, you know that, right? Like it got weird. Things got weird. And it was kind of giving that Nene meme, like, things are weird, but I'm gonna get this watch, because they were still doing the objection things together. They were objector and objectress together. And so that was a really cool dynamic that they had. It was a cool part of the book, because I never like read anything like that. But as far as like the actual romance, it was a little bit iffy for me, because it was friends to lovers, and it was also like this weird like tension between friends. And I know some people like that, but like, I don't know, that just, it feels like yucky to me to like read about that, because there are some people who like actually have that going on and end up dating other people, and they know they have feelings for their friend. And I just feel like that's just a weird dynamic to have with another person. But luckily, like in this story, like no one else was involved. It was just the two of them. And they were having fun together and like, you know, doing this job together. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I'm like, what if you meet somebody, or, you know, I don't know. I was just thinking in the context of like, in real life, like this would not be okay. Like, that's why the friends to lovers thing actually like really bothers me. But in this book, it was really cute. I enjoyed it. It was a quick read. It was spicy, but it wasn't the spiciest thing I ever read. But yeah, I just wanted to give you an update. So for this book, the rating I would give it, I gave it a 3 stars on Goodreads, just simply because it was a cute rom-com, and it was actually a really good palate cleanser. Like if you're in a reading rut, I feel like those books are always really good to get you out of it, because they're kind of quick, and I don't want to say there's like not depth to them, but it's like not a whole lot to sink your teeth into. It's not going to like slow you down by any means. So, and it's very entertaining. Like, it was very, very entertaining. So I would definitely recommend Happily Never After. Honestly, Lynn Painter has not failed me as far as like fun reads. So there's that. So I'm trying to figure out the next book that I want to read, because I feel like the romance in this book has me kind of like, do I want to read another romance, or do I need to like switch gears? That's why I like the fact that I like all genres. Like, I love thrillers, I love mysteries, I love fantasies, I love literary fiction books, I love romance. And I've read some sci-fi too. Last year I read a few sci-fi books. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm in the mood for, and I want to crack open Yellowface finally. Also, it's due like next week, so it's due back from the library, or to the library next week. So I think I want to get started on Yellowface, and I feel like it's not as thick as, you know, Catabasis or Babel. So I feel like I could get into that and like read that for the weekend probably, and get started on the rest of my TBR. So you guys will see which book I choose, because I did also just get these library books. I talked about those yesterday with you guys. I'm excited about these, but these are thrillers, so I kind of want to get into Yellowface first, or a lit fic first, before I get in like the thriller mode, because I'll read the thrillers back to back for sure. So stay tuned, and I'll let you guys know what I end up choosing. Didn't talk about the fact that I'm doing my makeup right now, but I'm just doing just like a simple everyday makeup. I need more mascara. I'm using the Maybelline Sky. I just picked it up. I use a lot of drugstore makeup. I use the e.l.f. concealer. I don't even want to show you my foundation. You probably saw a little bit of it, but it looks crazy. It's the Infallible. I have been using that for a long time. And then I just fluffed out my eyebrows and added some blush. Add a little more. But yeah, that's my look for the day. I started my lady this week, or yesterday, so I'm kind of chilling. I really am just in a reading mood. And it's been rainy. It's kind of like the perfect storm of coziness. So I definitely want to capitalize on that right now and read as much as I can. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get into Yellowface. I'm hyping myself up to get into Yellowface. So we're definitely getting into that today. So, okay. Alright, we're back. It's a new day and the book vlog continues. So we are going to go check out a little bookstore, my local little bookstore. It's called Damsel Books, I believe. And yeah, so we're gonna go and look and see what they have. I wish my book club has chosen the book for May, because they haven't chosen the book, and I'm like, I'm going to a bookstore like this week. Like, I want to go ahead and get the book so I don't have to order it on Amazon. Well, whatever. First world problems. Boo-hoo. Book club hasn't chosen the book yet. But we're just going to shop around and see what they have in Damsel. And if there's anything that, catches our eye, we're definitely going to get it. They have a lot of cute, I've been in there like once before. They have a lot of cute little like book accessories and stuff. So I'm also interested in that, looking at that stuff too. But yeah, it's a beautiful day. So let's go into the bookstore. One more bookstore run to Books A Million. So we did go into, you could probably see, we went into the small bookshop, Damsel, and I got a blind date with a book, because it's all romance books in there. And when it comes to romance books, sometimes I just don't know what to get outside of like the super popular books that I've seen online. So I just got the blind date with a book. So we'll open that when we get back home. But right now we're gonna go into Books A Million. Yay! Hopefully we can use our discount. I lost the card that they gave me to use a $10 discount for my membership renewal, so we'll see. But yeah, come along with me. million. And I kind of wanted to talk about why. And I kind of wanted to talk about my thought process when I was in there. Basically, I didn't get anything. I looked at the discounted books, and basically there's the same discounted books there that was there the last time I was there. So I'm like, okay, obviously I'm not going to find anything over here this time if I didn't find anything last time. So then I went to go look at the books that are on my wish list. I have like a wish list on Goodreads, and I found all of the books that were on my wish list. The problem is books are so freaking expensive right now. And I guess they always kind of have been, but it's like when you're watching what you're spending, and also, you know, I started this channel and I do book content, so a part of that is shopping for books. And I am aware that, you know, okay, I mean, I was already buying books, let's be honest, let's be for real, but in this context, it's almost like I'm looking at books when I don't necessarily need to buy more books, kind of thing. So that was another thing that was just in my mind when I was in there shopping. And I'm like, I know I have these books on my wish list that I really want to read, but at the same time, I have a whole stack of books that I need to get through, just on my, you know, just on my May TBR, and even on my April, you know, list of what I wanted to read. Like, I have not finished that. So it's hard to justify to myself, like, to go bookstore hopping, which actually I did that like the weekend before last weekend. We went to 2 different bookstores and I bought books, and it's so much fun, like shopping for books and looking and seeing all the descriptions and just seeing what's out there. Like, it's that itself is really fun. And so I just wanted to hop back on here and like check back in after going to Books A Million. I didn't find anything that I wanted to buy today, but I do want to be honest about the fact that, like, yeah, I just got like a blind date with a book in the other bookstore because I wasn't drawn to anything in there. And you know, that was $25 for like a package. You know, with a blind date with a book, you get like a bookmark, stickers and stuff like that. Like, at least you get extra stuff. But in Books A Million, when I was looking at the prices, and you know, it's like $30, $35, one book was like $40 for the hardcover, and I was just like, this book sounds good, but like, that's a lot of money to be spending on one book. And you don't know, it's not a guarantee that you're going to like it. That's my thing. So just another reason why I love going to the library. It's free, and you know, it's a really good resource for people who aren't trying to buy new books all the time. But I mean, like, loving to read is such a good thing. It's such a good thing to broaden your horizons and read. And if you enjoy that, like, it's a really good hobby to have. But yeah, like, I don't know that people talk about the financial aspect of it too much. So I did just want to like add that in there. Like, when we're book shopping, like, we are looking for books that we love, but also it's okay to buy the books in the bargain area, and also it's okay to just go to your library. Like, you don't have to spend $30, even $20. A lot of like softcover new books can be like $17, $18 as well. But you know, if you don't have it, it's okay. Go to your library. If it's a newer book, you can always request it, you know. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. Just, you know, I don't know, it was just on my mind when I was in there. I was like, wow, books are expensive. They really are. We'll still open the blind date with a book when I get home. And also, I want to just close out this video by talking about what I think about Yellowface so far. I'm gonna read more of it while I'm waiting in the pickup line. But so far I love it. But I don't think I'm gonna finish it before the end of this vlog, so I'll check back in with you guys on that too later. All right, bye y'all. All right, hi again. So we are home from our book shopping. Well, we did buy a book, but we don't know what it is yet. So first things first, we have a blind date with a book. It's like a little package. It's so cute. I will say that it's exciting to get a blind date with a book, but I will say that I've never been super impressed by a blind date with a book, by the book itself. The things that come with it, I have loved. Like this is so cute. And it should have some stuff inside it, but it has like a little stamp and the ribbon. So let me tell you what it says. It says Hot Tub Shenanigans, Best Man and Maid of Honor. It's a tradition. Come on. Okay, so this sounds familiar, but I don't think it is what I think it is, or what I think it could be. It usually isn't. All right, so let's open it. Okay, so there's just torn paper. There's not any. Usually I'll have like a bookmark that I get or something, some stuff with it, but there's nothing that's empty. Okay. So what is this? The Proposal Project by Donna Marchetti. Falling in love was never part of the plan. So let's see. It says Priscilla has a plan and falling for Oliver was not on her to-do list. The job, event planner Priscilla Kane has been asked to plan her best friend Tina's dream wedding proposal to her boyfriend Ryan. The catch, it looks like the groom-to-be Ryan might just beat her to it. Okay, wait. So her best friend Tina is proposing to her boyfriend Ryan? Okay, first of all, hold on. I'll keep reading, no judgment. The catch, it looks like groom-to-be Ryan might just beat her to it. Okay, that's fine. The solution, team up with Ryan's obnoxious but gorgeous best friend Oliver to plan a joint proposal while keeping their unlikely alliance a secret from both of their friends. But as Priscilla and Oliver work together to pull off the proposal of the year, could there be more than one happily ever after in the cards? All right, so the best friends might get together. That's what I'm getting from this. So they're best friends to the people who are getting proposed to, and they're trying to orchestrate a way that they can propose to each other. I don't know. Okay, we'll see. You know, I'm actually a little bit disappointed because I thought there would be more with this. Like, I'm going to be honest. But, could be good. It actually looks really cute. The artwork looks really cute. Hold on. Yeah, the artwork looks really cute. So, I'm not, listen, we're going to read this. And we're probably going to love it. I need more rom-coms on my shelf. I've pretty much read all the rom-coms on my shelf, so you could always use more rom-coms, right? So now that that's done, I really thought I was gonna get more. Okay. It's okay. Now that that's done, let's just do a recap of our vlog. So we went to the library first. I read Happily Never After that I got at the library, and I actually really loved it. I keep thinking about it. I keep thinking about it in a way that it's like pissing me off a little bit, but like I love it. I love it. It's very current and relevant to the times of, you know, friends to lovers, but like, and not the best way. I just wish, you know, how we had Nicolandria and they had a whole friends to lovers. I guess someone always kind of gets hurt because I always kind of forget about Seer and the whole process of that. But that was on a dating show also. But in real life, I just feel like friends to lovers can be a little bit tricky, and that's why I don't really love the trope. I couldn't think of it before, but Abby Jimenez, The Night We Met, her new book, I actually love that friends to lovers trope because it wasn't like a super shisty, or they weren't intimate or anything, or while they were friends. So they had a true, genuine friendship. But in this book, they kiss while they're friends, and I'm just like, I don't know. How does that work? How is that working out for you? If you're kissing your friend, how is that working out for you? Not very well. Like, you shouldn't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, loved it. Loved it anyway. Loved it because love hate. And I feel like when you love hate something, it sticks with you, right? So there's that. Speaking of love hate, Yellowface. Love this book. There's no hate involved with this book. The hate is with the main character. Junie, come to the front. Junie. Junie, Juniper, whatever you want to call yourself. The main character in this book is hateable. It's hateable. And it's weird because it's like, I don't want to spoil anything, but essentially the premise of this book is that her best friend, not best friend actually, her colleague, basically, her college friend, they're both authors, right? And both authors, and her friend Athena is very successful in her authorship, and she's had like huge success with like the books that she's put out and published, right? And she's with the great publishing house. I think can't remember the publishing house she was with, but anyway, she's with the great publishing house, and the main character Junie is not. And so Athena is also a Chinese American woman. I think she might be first generation. She is first generation. And Junie is not. She's white American. And so Junie is a bit jealous of Athena's success and says that her success is due to her being diverse. So there's that. She's a very unlikable main character. And I won't say what she does, but she does something just very heinous. And so the book is called Yellowface. So it's basically, I feel like the title gives it away. She steals her friend's work and takes it on as her own. Athena dies. She passes away, and Junie is there when it happens, and Athena has a manuscript, basically a first draft, but it's finished, right? And it's basically on it's a book about Chinese labor camps, I believe, and it goes into a lot of detail. World War I, a lot of historical research has been done and put into this. And also she has ties, like Athena has her own personal family ties to the history behind this, and I think it's a historical fiction that she's working on. So it's not like it's a nonfiction book. It's a fiction book. It's a story that she created, right? So upon her death, Junie thinks in her mind to steal this manuscript, this unfinished manuscript. She edits it, she makes her own tweaks to it, and then she sends it off to a publishing house. The publishing house thinks it's amazing and genius and all these things, and basically she's like reaping the benefits of her deceased friend's work. And she rationalizes it in her head so much that she's trying. It's cool. I really, really love this book. I love R.F. Kuang so much because it's like the main character is talking to the reader of the book, trying to rationalize her decision. And it's just so great. And it's almost like as if someone is telling you something that they did, and they're trying to explain to you why they did it. And you're just like, no, that's still wrong. Actually, that's still wrong. So that's very much what this book is for me. So it's very entertaining, and I just find myself laughing at it a lot. And it's not taking itself too seriously. I feel like a lot of R.F. Kuang's other books, like, they have humor in them, but usually it's around like a super dire situation, like the stakes are high, like in Babel. Like, there is some comedy in there, like thrown in there here and there. I think that's just R.F. Kuang's like personality, but like at the root of the story, it is something very, you know, sinister and very heinous going on. And it is that for Yellowface, but at the same time, it's a little bit lighter. I will say it's not as dark, not nearly as dark. And like, the premise of the story is someone stealing from a dead woman, so that's really dark, but it's not as dark as like Catabasis, you know, where she's going to the pits of hell. So I am enjoying it, and I'm glad that it's not as dark as her other books, because I feel like, well, I love those so much, but it is nice to like read something from her and be able to breathe. Especially reading it after a light rom-com. I'm like, oh my god, I'm scared. How heavy is this gonna be? And I can actually breathe and laugh a little bit at the silliness of it, you know, because it is silly, but it's very real. Very real. So so far I'm about to, let's see, at page 99. So I'm getting to halfway through. I want to finish this before the end of the week, but I am not gonna vlog my weekend, so I'm going to end this video here. And yeah, so with that being said, thank you so much for joining me. I think this is probably going to be the longest vlog I've made thus far, which I'm so excited about and very proud of. So thank you for joining me on this journey. If you've made it this far in the video, definitely subscribe to my channel. Definitely like this video, all of the things, share it with a friend who likes books, who's read Yellowface. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about Happily Never After and Yellowface. Bye, guys.